joy, the enthusiasm, the wealth, the richness of our country, of the church in India, of our young people, and very especially of the members of the Indian Catholic Youth Movement, I want to express my deep appreciation. I know the vote of thanks will be done later, but I want to express my deep appreciation. First, we thank God for having made this beautiful Jubilee National Youth Convention possible. I wish to express my deep appreciation to our CCVI Commission for Youth, headed by Bishop Ignatius, with two other bishop members, Polimera Jayarao and Christodas Rajapan, the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Father Chetan Machado, the Associate Secretary, Father Berman, the Deputy Secretary of our conference, Father Stephen Alatara, the Local Secretary of Kerala, Father Anu, all the members of the organizing team. Please excuse me, I'm not taking names. All our directors of the youth, national, regional, diocesan directors, all the local organizing team, our Divine Retreat Center, Father Augustine Baluran, and all of you who have made this National Youth Convention such a memorable and enriching experience. Shall we give a big hand to one another? Knowing that the president of the YCIM comes from the West Bengal region, from Baruipur, knowing that many of you have come from West Bengal, but knowing also that all of us love Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta, I want to share a little incident, touching incident that happened in the life of Mother Teresa, which could be actually the message as we conclude this convention. You know that Mother Teresa received the Nobel Peace Prize, a renowned award. And after Mother Teresa had collected that award of Nobel Peace Prize, while coming back to India, she was passing through Rome. And when the journalists, press people came to know that Mother Teresa was passing through Rome, they asked her for a press conference. They said, "We want to meet you." So Mother Teresa had a meeting with many journalists. The hall was full like this. And after Mother Teresa had given a short message, as she sat down, you know the journalists want to ask questions. So one journalist got up and asked Mother Teresa a question that was apparently little hurting. What did he ask? He said, "Mother Teresa, you are already old. You will die after a few years. Do you think that with your work of service to the poor, you will have uprooted poverty, injustice, misery in the world?" A little hurting question. You will die. Do you think that with your work you will have transformed this world, eradicated poverty, misery? And Mother Teresa smiled at him and he said, "My friend, that thought never crossed my mind. I never thought that my work of service to the poor, I will uproot poverty, eradicate misery. That I never thought. My only thought is that through my little service to the poorest of the poor, I would like to put one drop of clean, transparent water in the polluted waters of this world. All that I want to do is to put a single drop of clean, limpid, transparent water in the polluted waters of our present world." And after she had finished that, she looked at him and said, "My dear friend, are you willing to join me? If you join me, there will be 2 drops. Are you ready?" He had no other alternative. He said, "Yes, Mother Teresa." But she didn't stop. She said, "Are you married? Do you have your wife at home? Would you mind when you go home to speak to your wife, persuade her to join you and me? If she agrees to do that, there will be 3 drops. 3 drops. Are you ready to do that?" And he said, "Yes, Mother Teresa." She didn't stop. She said, "Do you have children at home?" He said, "Yes, I have 3 young people, 3 young children." So he said, "Would you mind going home and together with your wife, persuading your 3 young people to join you and me and your wife? Then there will be 6 drops. Are you ready to do that?" And he says, "Yes, Mother Teresa." And she said, "Our 6 drops, maybe when others see, others might also join us. And with these few drops, there will be a small stream." And says, "My friend, after all, the ocean is made of drops. If there was not 1 drop, there would not be a single spring, there would not be a single river, there will not be an ocean. The ocean is made of drops." My dear young friends, I think that's the message that our chief guest today, Mr. Conrad K. Sagma, gave us. That all of us, especially you young people, and he included himself among the young people, that you can make a difference in the world. That if all of us young people gathered in this hall, every day drop a single drop of goodness, of love, of service, of reconciliation, of unity, we will transform the world. My dear young people, as we come to the close of this Jubilee National Youth Convention, my heart is full of gratitude and hope. Over these days, we have seen in you the faith, the joy, and the dreams that keep the church young and alive. Truly, you are not only the future of the church, you are her vibrant present. Let me leave you today with 3 words that I hope you will carry in your hearts wherever you go. Rooted, radiant, ready. First word, rooted. To be rooted means to stand firm, no matter how strong the winds blow. You cannot be like a tree without roots, easily swayed or uprooted. You must be rooted, and the root of a young Christian is Christ. Yes, you must be rooted in Christ, in prayer, in the Eucharist. It seems one day a young man asked his grandfather, "How is it that you have remained faithful to God all your life, even through struggles and trials?" The old man smiled and pointed to a deep well near his house, and he said, "Every day I drew water from that well. The water never failed me because the source was underground, unseen but constant." That is how prayer and the Eucharist are unseen to the eye, but sources of life. Stay rooted there and you will never run dry. My dear young people, if you are rooted in Christ, you will withstand any storm and your lives will bear fruit in abundance. The second word is radiant. The world today is often darkened by selfishness, division, and despair. But Jesus calls you to be radiant, to let your joy be contagious, to show that faith is not a burden, but a gift that makes life beautiful. Think of Saint Carlo Acutis, who once said, sadness is looking at yourself, happiness is looking at God. Though he lived only for 15 years, his face shone with joy because he loved Jesus and Jesus in the Eucharist. His Archbishop of Assisi said, Carlo is a boy of our times, a boy of the internet age, and a model of holiness of the digital age. Dear young people, let your smile, your kindness, and your courage shine so brightly that others will ask you, why are you so joyful? And you can answer with confidence, because I have Christ. Finally, the third word, be ready. Ready to serve, ready to lead, ready to live the mission. You know, once a small boy was walking along the beach. Thousands of starfish had been washed ashore by the tide. The boy went down, picked up one starfish and threw it back into the sea. An old man who was watching said to him, son, there are so many starfish here. You can't possibly make a difference. The little boy smiled, picked up another starfish, and as he threw it into the sea, he told the old man, look, I made a difference to that one. My dear friends, you may not change the whole world at once, but every act of love, every moment of service, every time you stand for truth and justice, you make a difference. And when thousands of young people like you gather together and work together, then indeed the whole world can change, slowly but steadily. So remember these three words, rooted, radiant, ready. Rooted in Christ so that your faith never fades. Radiant with joy so that the world sees the beauty of Christ in you. Ready for mission so that you can serve others with courage and love. My dear young people, the church is young when you are young with Christ. You are not witnesses of a dead tradition, but of the living, risen Lord. Now go, be the light, live the mission, and let our country see in you the radiant face of Jesus Christ. Thank you, and God bless you.